Hang on, Amy Wong of the Mars Wongs?
Look, we're not as rich as everybody says.
Uh-huh. What sorority do you belong to?
Kappa Kappa Wong.
What's good, people? Agent Juice reporting for duty. So, I have now taken it upon myself to watch through Close Enough, which is the new HBOMax series created by JG Quintel of regular show fame. And I enjoyed it, but I noticed something interesting about it, in that it has become something I have enjoyed, despite the fact that it has broken some rules that normally I would dock points off of a show for, which I find kind of interesting. So I kind of want to dissect why, for some reason, I'm giving this show a pass. So, let's go ahead and buckle into our favorite house out somewhere in LA, where we live with either, depending on who you are, you're either living with your spouse and your child, or you are living with your divorcee. But either way, we're all living under the same roof, dealing with the same crazy stuff, and we all, of course, smash that like button. And let us go ahead and talk some Close Enough. As per usual, let me describe the speed paint that I am creating right here. So Close Enough is pretty simple. It's about a married couple and their child and their friends, who are these two divorcees who are still remain friends, and they all live under the same roof and go through shenanigans. Bridgette is one of the divorcees. And the funny thing about Bridgette is that she reminds me a lot of Amy Wong from Futurama, hence this crossover that I'm doing where I'm making Bridgette as Amy Wong. It's funny because they're essentially both hypersexual, airheaded, crazy rich Asians who live off of their parents' money. So, I mean, the similarity is uncanny. So I decided to do that. And so I decided specifically to draw the infamous Amy Derpface. One of the few times you ever see Matt Groening characters do a straight head-on face, which is very rare. And I have no idea what episode this particular screenshot is from. So if any of you know, let me know in the comments down below, because I would actually love to know what episode it's from. So I decided to add that in. Quick note, too, is you'll notice that in this, you'll see I'm referencing the actual pic of the derp face. You see that Fry's head is kind of off in the corner somewhere. And so I decided to put Josh's head in there because he closely resembles Fry. So there's a reason. That's the reason why there's a random head in the corner. So if you're asking. So Close Enough. I like this show. Overall, I do like it. I don't see, it's not like super amazing. It's not something I'm going to sing the praises to the top of the world. It didn't do anything that really captivated me or anything, but it was just kind of one of those nice, fun shows. It's kind of, after watching through season 1 of it, it's kind of shaping up to be one of those shows that you kind of turn on in the background, just to kind of keep yourself company as you're doing some other task. It has that nice, easygoing, homely kind of feel to it. It doesn't commit too crazily one way or another, despite the fact that the plots can get pretty crazy. It just feels very mellow, and I kind of appreciate it just doing that. That being said, though, the show does have a few sins that I have complained about in the past with other cartoons, and yet I don't really hold these sins too closely to the show, I guess. I'm not really gonna rag on the show the same way I've ragged on other shows, and that may seem unfair, and you're probably right, it is kind of unfair, but I'm going to try to explain why I'm giving this show a pass where I wouldn't give other shows the same pass. So what happens is, I describe the show. It's I'll go ahead and put spoilers, as I usually do. The show is about these people living under the same roof. The shtick of the show is that they'll get into these really wacky, like, supernatural-esque shenanigans that are kind of unexplained. And when I first saw that, it really threw me for a loop at first. For example, there is an episode where Emily, the mom, is trying to, like, have more time with her daughter, and but she can't find the time. So all of a sudden, a magical giant talking snail with a hat that can slow down time appears, and the snail gives her the hat in exchange for vegetables. And so she starts slowing down time and doing stuff. And it's out of nowhere. The snail is unexplained. The slowing down time powers is unexplained. This is not like something like, for example, I don't know, like Gravity Falls. I haven't watched Gravity Falls yet, so I may be making an inaccurate comparison here. But I assume that Gravity Falls has a lot of supernatural stuff going for it, but it's explained that this is a supernatural world. There is no explanation here. And at first that threw me for a loop, but then I realized this is what Regular Show did. And of course, JG Quintel created Regular Show. I haven't seen too much of Regular Show, but I've seen enough of the episodes to understand what happens, which is Mordecai and Rigby they have to clean the park, and all of a sudden some wacky thing happens that interrupts them, and then they get taken on a crazy tall tale supernatural adventure. And Close Enough is very much the same thing. It's just, instead of park cleaners or park people, park maintenance, it's a family, a young family. So it's kind of the same thing. So the second thing I tend to kind of complain about a lot is characterization. The show does have a habit of doing the Flanderization things where they lean really heavily into characters' specific quirks. They do a lot of the oh yeah, we're gonna do this. Oh yeah, let's ride on this one particular vibe to be funny. And normally that annoys me, but I think I'm giving the show a pass for one big reason. And as I'm parsing this together, I come to realize I think this reason is tone. This show is very much pitching itself to be low-key and wacky. It's not trying to be serious. It's not trying to do anything grand. It's not trying to tell a big story or be deep or try to teach a lesson. It's just Regular Show with cussing. And, you know, Regular Show was just like, hey, let's just be goofy. Let's be insane. And that's what they're doing. So, like, when a character does, like, quirky, flanderized, one-dimensional, one-note stuff, it doesn't annoy me nearly as much because I understand that's what they're going for, and I don't vest myself as much into it. I don't really dig into the characters. I don't really have a favorite character, nor do I really have a character that annoys me, because they're all kind of the same. And I don't think I'm trying to say that in a bad way. I'm trying to say that they're all just kind of people. When I really get into a show, there's usually a character or a handful of characters that I really attach myself to because I'm compelled by them one way or another. Their story might be interesting, or their struggle might be interesting, or something about them is really fascinating that I have to watch, like a really good villain or a really tragic anti-hero or something. But in this show, nobody is like that. They're all kind of acquaintances, and I'm just kind of peeking through their window to see what's up with them. And I think that's kind of what I mean when I say this is a really good show to have kind of playing in the background. Because I'm not super attached to anybody or any one character or person, I really don't mind when they get quirky, because I'm just like, oh, that's just them doing their thing, doot-de-doot-de-doo. You know, I'm kind of there just to see what they get into. So in almost a strange inverse of what I usually gravitate toward in a cartoon, I'm not really there for the characters so much as just kind of watching, oh boy, what kind of crazy antics are they going on with next? Here's the interesting thing about this show. It is an adult animated TV show, but, and of course it's streamed, but it's divided not into 22-minute episodes traditionally, but 11-minute segments. So it works. This kind of low, I don't want to say low expectations, because that has a negative connotation. Low commitment. I think that's the word I'm looking for. This kind of low commitment show where you're just kind of seeing these people chill, and all of a sudden, oh, something crazy happened. Whoa, ahoy. Oh, it's resolved. Okay, cool. We're back to it. And it's just like, huh, that's funny, you know. And it's only 11 minutes. Like, each plot is 11 minutes, so it's just kind of there and it goes. And I wonder if JG Quintel kind of realized that's just essentially what the story he wanted to tell. So he's just like, you know what, let's just do 11-minute episodes, because that's all people really need. You know, we'll tell our story, get in, get on, and get out. And I kind of appreciate that the tone of this series understands itself. It knows that it's not trying to be grand or provocative. It's just there to be goofy. I think because it essentially told me up front, hey, don't sweat this, I didn't end up investing too much of myself into it, and so I'm willing to forgive a lot of the normal stuff that would annoy me. So I guess that just goes to show how much intent and tone can really play into a show if you just want to do something one-off and goofy. And it's completely understandable if you don't like the show or you don't want it, you're not interested in a show that doesn't really take itself seriously or really push the envelope. It's just kind of fun. It's a nice, fun little background show, and if a season 2 comes out, yeah, I'll give it a watch. You know, like to the point where like I'll watch it so I have seen all the episodes so that I can play it in the background so I know exactly what's going on, and it can be my new background TV show. Anyway, I think we'll go ahead and wrap it up here for today. So you people know what to do. Go ahead and tickle those sacred buttons if you like what you see and you want to see more. Like, subscribe, notification bell, yada yada. If you want to keep up with everything, go ahead and comment. Let me know what you think about Close Enough or anything else that might be on your mind. In addition, go ahead and do us all a favor and share the video so you can spread the love and show YouTube and other people that you watch great content and this content deserves more watches. But always remember, don't share everything that you've seen on the internet. Nobody wants to see that stuff. And of course, if you wish to stalk me elsewhere, go ahead and hit up my social media links right here up on the screen, as well as down in the description box down below. I have my intro video that actually has all of the links, and I do that for algorithm reasons. And with all that said, I thank you for spending this time with me. I hope you all stick around. And until next time, a riddly-diddly-doo says... Who finds the money when you pay the rent? Did you think that money was heaven sent? Okay, that's enough of that.